I guess we can start.
It can work both ways.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Why? What?
We have not started. We have not started. I didn't want you to get started.
Justin gonna shoot the fuck out your ass. I see it. I fucking see it, bro. Like, he gonna shoot the shit.
Really? I had to stop him.
Just as sat back.
You see the
way he sat back? Just sat back with the look on his face. That's the last time. that was the last time face for him.
I had to stop him.
Just sat back like, I'm trying to help you figure this shit out.
That is how I felt.
He said,
Well, sit on back and let me figure it out.
He sat back like T.I. like, well, I'm just not going to help you then. I will let you fall.
I will move expeditiously towards the exit.
That's just funny, man. That shit funny.
All
right, y'all. Welcome to Talking in Tangents.
Tits.
Titties. We some big tit heads in the building. Boob heads to the PG bitches.
We're workshopping the name.
Yeah. So we like to just talk about shit and see where it goes. So I guess our first topic of the day is when it comes to just black men dating, and women said, why, and women say, you can't afford me. How do y'all feel about that?
I think that should go to him first because he's the one that's really out here in the dating world.
You out in these streets.
I mean, I hope I'm not blowing up your spot, but you the one out here in the dating world.
We have, what's your name? Pending?
Mr. Pending, Mr. Nuance.
Mr. Nuance. He doesn't want to use this.
Mr. Be that bitch if you want me to be that nigga.
You can tell he got a beard though. You can hear it.
You can hear it in my voice.
You can hear the beard.
It ain't conditioned right now, but it's gonna be conditioned next week.
That shit look Ethiopian as fuck.
He uses that shit on the dark side of the force.
You know what I'm saying? I'm East African on my mama's side.
They're like, you from Sierra Leone?
Sometime.
He's Moroccan.
Sometimes.
We might have gold on the east side.
He's from the island.
But yeah, no, real talk. Why can't I afford you? Does your value equal my input? And does my input equal your value? Even sometimes I might overreach for something that ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? And so I think a lot of times in dating, we're a little disassociated of who we really are. Like what the product we're actually selling. Sometimes we're trying to sell some shit and it's like, it ain't worth what you're trying to sell,
I blame Hollywood. Like,
okay.
I blame Hollywood in the sense that it's just everything got romance in it.
Okay.
Like how many times you seen an action movie and the main dude has known the woman he ended up fucking for like 4 days. And next thing you know, he's willing to fucking sacrifice his life for this 4-day pussy.
Yeah.
That he just met 4 days ago, and all of a sudden he's willing to lay it down for this motherfucker.
You mean like Titanic?
Yeah, and then next thing you know, they kiss and go off to the sunset, but no one talks about the divorce.
That's real tough.
Or the fact that he murdered her, or vice versa.
Or he was a complete narcissist.
Exactly.
The entire movie, and to get to that point to where she's like, I guess you're the one.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's definitely some abuse that comes from the end of those movies.
So basically what you're saying is like, it's just...
I guess
it's like this expectation of being a sacrificial lamb for her whatever desire.
Well, I mean, it's just what's set up as far as like what society asks for men. They do want us to sacrifice like that. Like for some reason, they romanticize a man sacrificing his life for a woman, and all I can think is, man, she's about to fuck another passenger. Like
I mean, that's not
like when Jack dies and she gets to land, she's all warm, and the dude puts a blanket around her. She's like, I'm Preston.
She lived to like 89.
Thank you, Preston. And now Preston fucking fucks her like 2 weeks after her fucking feelings
maybe
come
not
back.
2 weeks, maybe like 10 years, but nonetheless.
2 weeks.
Rose, I think that was her name.
Rose
moved.
Rose met that nigga in the day. Do you really think that day, nigga?
She was a fling. He was a fling. I'm sorry, Jack was a fling.
According to my grandma, she called my mom's father a day of fun. Jack. Wow. That's Jack and Rose. Wow. That is fucking Jack and Rose.
Word to mother.
So all I'm saying is, Jack died at the bottom of the ocean, and Rose was at the end of a movie with wrinkles, and she probably had 2 children. They're like, mother, why are we here? And she's rich. Jack died poor
rich, she
at the
can put
end.
like the heart of love in the bottom of the sea. The heart of love was like worth $100 million.
Nigga, there's some glow in the dark sea amoeba eating that nigga's face. That's
eating
all I'm
that
saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is that Jack, nothing about Jack's sacrifice made Jack a better person.
His face is
Okay, so let's go back to the
And
question.
Jack awfully didn't sound like a European for a person coming to America. That's all I'm saying.
He was definitely an Italian American though. He was definitely Jack. We know,
But they were coming from Europe.
Are you saying
No,
that
but-
because
but
the
see,
last name was
the way that
DiCaprio for the actor? Is that why you say that?
No, the way the character was portrayed, the actual way the character was portrayed.
Yeah,
he was like an Italian, Europe, like
they
Italian
call him this
You
everybody?
American.
gotta give it up for Leo. He always kills the role.
Hey,
every
Leo
time.
killed. He embodies every role he do. Like,
I mean,
real talk.
but I mean, like, I don't. To me, it's always wild when I just see like women. Back when I was dating, like, I get my hair done, I get my nails done, I'm like, right, and I get my hair cut, and you don't see me with my hand out asking for you to cut pay for my haircut.
My haircut $45.
So why am I
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I paid that before. Is that high or low to you?
that's high for him.
You know that's high for me. I'm cheap.
I don't pay that now.
I'm cheap.
I paid 30.
That's definitely high for me.
I'm cheap. Honestly, real talk. I grew up getting haircuts. I've been black my whole life.
I mean, we did too.
I didn't always pay that. I used to
mean,
pay like $22.
Like, it started with 35, and then in the last 5 years, I've been going to him for like
I
6
think
years.
I pay around $35 after tip.
I had a
now.
barber.
I paid 50 after tip.
35 after tip.
The most I paid was about 50. About 50.
If I go to the hood, because I just need a fade. I just need a fade.
I
man.
mean,
I'll take care of the
technically,
rest. I
I'll
just
be
need
in
a
the
fade.
hood, but I am on Edgewood in the hood. Like
I've
somebody
had a-
selling crack, like maybe a block away.
I had a barber tell me once he was a follicular engineer.
Follicular.
And then I challenged him. I said, "So when you mean follicular engineer, you know how to
Follicular?
like a follicle." And I said to him, "So you know how to construct follicles?"
This guy.
And he was stuck. He just looked. I said, "I just looked at him like, you know, you're a dumbass, right?"
Yeah, it's
You
like,
think
I don't
about
care
that?
how many white people you done cut. I don't give a
Follicular?
Follicular. I can't say that word. I got big ass front teeth, but follicular engineer. And when I said to him, so you know how to construct follicles? He was like,
Is
might
that
wanna
even,
rethink
hold
that
on?
name,
This follicular is like a prefix of followers?
I guess.
So you made up some bullshit to call him on this bullshit.
I don't know if it's made up.
That is-
Follicular might be a
Nigga,
name.
you made
a
that
word,
up.
Excuse me.
Like,
a word.
No, but that shows you how dumb he was. Is
It's
that
time
he,
for me to produce.
Is that,
Let me look up
is that
follicular.
he called him on his dumb shit with other dumb shit, and he was like, "Yeah, you sounds right. It sounds like you
I
got
don't
me."
know.
He's like,
Listen.
He's like, "Come on, nigga, I barely got
But
my
that's why I
G,
refuse
my
to
G."
overpay.
Follicular is a word,
But
actually.
what's it mean?
Probably.
Okay, there's a follicular phase, and it says the follicular phase is the longest step in the menstrual cycle. Okay, something else.
Oh,
So,
Thank you.
So,
Lord Jesus.
Follicular. That nigga, both y'all niggas.
No.
That nigga saying that nigga with the wrong definition.
But that's how barbers be. Barbers be like, I'm going to hit you with the follicular lineup. You be like,
But he said he was a
But it's-
follicular.
No,
I feel like
uh-huh.
it's a unspoken rule, bro. When you walk into a barbershop, you finna hear something.
You gonna
And
hear
it
some
might
bullshit.
it might not be true.
At all.
Most likely.
Most-
It's a
the
good
nigga
chance
gonna
it's not
and they
true.
gonna
But the
charge you
nigga
for it.
gonna tell you.
especially
Like
if it's
you know it
political
is.
shit. If it's political shit, boy, you know that nigga Obama was out there rolling dice outside the goddamn DC. Like,
The barbershop is where niggas can go to be niggas.
Yeah, it's remember coming to
Yeah.
America when they walked in that barbershop talking about I met Martin Luther King and I ran around in the corner
And the
I punched him in
barbershop
chest.
is the
He
one
said,
place-
"Oh, I didn't know that was you."
that's
He
the
like,
one
you ain't
place
never
you
met
don't-
Martin Luther King.
you don't want your girl.
Look. It ain't no pronouns in the barbershop.
Ain't nothing in them barber.
That it's motherfucker. You a motherfucker.
You
You a
never,
motherfucker.
you never want your girl or your mama to walk in that barbershop.
Never.
Because whether they look
Never.
good or they busted, they the subject of conversation for the next
Yes,
35
sir.
minutes.
And anybody in that barbershop, when that door,
I can handle
when that
it.
door closed,
I'm used to it.
That's it. Like everybody in that AC barrier, that's it.
And you know that old barber that ain't never got nobody in the chair? That's the nastiest nigga in there.
Nastiest motherfucker. You
Nah,
like,
when I-
Yeah, he got
Why she brought the
secrets.
pussy in here if she ain't want to give it to nobody? What?
yeah.
Why
What
she
are
got
you
belly
talking
flicking
about?
with dubs on it? If I can't throw some dubs on it.
he's been cutting the same patrons for the last 40 years. He been cutting the same.
And he started
time.
losing money when they die.
You
Well, shit.
What
guess-
was he talking about? Oh, fucking.
We were talking about why can we'll talk about with women. So would you say that with women and asking for money or asking for like being able to so-called, I would like to use the word sponsor the lifestyle, with that, is unconditional love really just a myth? I personally,
I think it always was.
well,
Yeah.
I look at unconditional love as
I agree with that.
as I realize, or I think it only exists in a certain form, and because you have a form, you know unconditional love because you have a son, you have a child. So
It's
I feel
unconditional
like,
right now, though.
Well,
It will change as it gets older.
What I'm
as
saying,
he gets older, as it like I told
No,
him.
I think
I think it's more so it'll be hard. Unconditional love, even itself, is still conditional, but it will really be hard for you to stop fucking with your child.
Yeah,
I think it will take something
I
real.
looked at it from the opposite perspective. I think it would be more so. I think from his perspective, my love would have certain conditions. Like if I imparted a bunch of traumas and shit on my son and wasn't like there for him or whatever, like I believe that love has conditions. You know what I'm saying? Like there's job opportunities they're like dream job opportunities that I pass on because, you know what I mean? Like my son deserves an active father. And for me, it's like one of them things like, man, I could get away if I wanted to with doing this little shit now, but as time gets older and he becomes more cognizant of the situation, that love is going to probably come under the condition like, I love you, but you never here. Or I love you and I love you, but like you don't take care of me like you supposed to. Like you don't buy me no clothes. You don't make sure I have what I need.
Like Samuel Jackson and Fresh.
I never saw Fresh.
Oh, you should watch it.
Love is a plant that has to grow. Right?
Yeah.
So like I do believe in unconditional love. I do believe in unconditional love because I love y'all unconditional. Let's put it that way. I love y'all unconditional.
But is it under the condition of time and growth?
Y'all,
or have we just met the minimal conditions
exactly,
that you subconsciously have?
No. Y'all would have to do some wild ass shit for me to not love you. And
but that's a condition.
That's a condition. That's a condition.
And the idea of y'all doing that makes me like it's so far from my head.
I mean that's the thing, man.
It's so far from my
unconditional love. That's where
that's not.
But that's the question I'm posing.
I'm not holding you to that condition of like oh, if this nigga got down fought my mama, I can't fuck with him. Like I'm not.
But if he did,
I'm not holding you.
Ain't none of y'all niggas putting hands on my mama.
If you don't fight me after fighting your mom, I'm like, nigga, why you fighting me? What's wrong with you?
That's beyond defending your honor, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
I'm not.
You can't protect your mama. You ain't
can't
protecting
come back
nobody.
to the hood after that.
You can't come home.
Look, I'm not holding you that. I'm not holding you to that condition because I already know you as a person and I know your character and everything. So that is not even on the table for y'all.
Well, no,
does that make sense?
The thing is, we're not. That's not what's being said.
Okay.
So it's really to say, and it's like I don't know if it's one of those. I don't know if I have the word, but existential type situation, meaning that it's not necessarily what's going to happen, but if the scenario played out, what will be the play? So what I'm saying is unconditional love in my sense doesn't necessarily exist. Not for the simple fact that I don't want it to exist, or that I would think the people in my life would move in the direction to dispel my trust in them, but more so to say is like, let's be real. If that were to happen, like you don't have a choice. Yeah. It's like finding out one of us is a quote unquote pedophile. That's a condition. I don't care what nobody say.
No, that's a condition.
That's a fucking condition. I would like if,
that's the one sickness on this planet I make no passes for.
Yeah.
So with Marcus having a child and he found out that one of his closest people in his life is pedophile.
All of us want children.
He's not coming. Marcus be like, I'll probably wish that you don't call here no more. Like that's what Marcus is gonna fucking say.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
He's like, I love you, but don't call here no more.
But I ain't.
No, you can't do
that's
that.
a condition. That is a condition.
That's a
But
condition.
it might be a misnomer. It might be
like when my mama died, people that I found out had did stuff to my mom when she was young. I ain't talked to them. We not family, motherfucker.
But did that actually happen?
Yeah. Like
You know
there's
what? No,
people
that is
at
a
my mom's
condition
funeral
because-
that I know assaulted her as a child.
Oh, that kind of. Oh,
And they're like, man, I'm
I
sorry
thought
to
you
hear
meant
that. I'm
shit
like,
like-
it's good to meet you. It's good to see you again. And I
Yeah.
walked away. Like
But
we're not that.
But
Like,
we
don't think
talking-
for a second.
But we talking about if you love somebody and what it would take for you to not.
Well, I just named something.
But like that.
And yeah.
Like look at
he did.
Yeah.
Look at Subway dude. What's that nigga's
What
name?
did he
Jared.
do?
And
They
and
found
and Subway was like, we don't love
just
you.
just
no
what I
more.
said to you. They literally he got found with child pornography.
Nah, fuck you, bro.
So
Like, there's not a lot of there's not a lot of
yeah.
shit. There's not, bro. You could literally fucking. I know somebody gonna bring this up on me later. You could literally kill somebody and dump the body, and I'll be like, just don't tell me shit, so they can't put me on the stand. And I will be like, I still love that nigga.
I think
Once you cross the line of child pedophile, and
The
that was
thing is,
before
but
I
that-
was a
but-
father.
but that
was before I
shows
was a
you
father. It's
what-
like, nigga, no, what the fuck?
then unconditional
I think
can
most
exist
humans
with those
just like-
parameters then.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm saying.
So yeah. No, I've made a
I
statement.
mean, nothing
publicly.
is absolute in the world.
And but thing is, that's what I'm saying is that the word or the phrase or the thought process of unconditional love is just
It's a misnomer. It's
just
kinda-
something to
but
say.
love
It's-
should
it's
be
weird.
conditional to some extent.
But thing is, no one says that.
Because
no
okay,
no
listen.
one says that.
Listen, this is the thing. Everybody's like, you can't judge me. You know, people who don't want to be judged, people who are going to hell, and people with bad credit. Those are the people who don't want to be fucking judged.
That nigga said bad credit.
That's just being real.
Why you bring credit into this?
Nigga, no, like being
They
real.
don't want to pay your bills on time.
People who don't want to be judged, and people who have bad credit. Life
Oh,
is judgment.
575 credit score.
Nigga, I just seen the video on that shit.
That nigga got a
I just seen the
549.
video on that shit.
Why you bring credit into this?
That nigga
He like,
said.
that nigga cannot be trusted.
That nigga said.
474. God damn.
God damn!
That nigga said.
You
Church,
cross Jesus.
You get more on the
Church-
SAT to write your name.
church people are the worst people. He said, yeah, because we worried about going to heaven. and you okay with going to hell. You want to live in hell and die. And then
I
you
get
die
the
and
fuck
go to
right.
hell.
I get the fuck right.
No, I'm just saying, like, I hate when people say, oh, you know, you can't judge me, you don't judge this. Like, listen, for those who believe in that, let me explain something to you.
That shit is
You
funny.
live in a society, which means for there to be any form of order, there are societal rules that must take place so shit don't fall a fucking part. And unfortunately, even though it might make you uncomfortable, sometimes to keep that society intact, it comes with judgment. And so, like, and that bleeds into unconditional love. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
you're gonna be
everybody
judged
can't-
on certain things.
Everybody can't be free.
No. Some people gotta, like, if everybody was free spirited, good luck finding your money at the bank.
Or if monogamy wouldn't exist.
And that's fucked
No.
up.
And you know what? What's funny?
But
Hold
that's a
on.
fucked
Can
up-
I?
That's
Can,
a fucked up.
can I get this off? You ever notice that the niggas that talking about polygamy are the
fucked
ones
up,
who are single and can't hold on to the one woman that they had?
Fatality.
Yeah, I went there.
But thing is, I feel like that's one of those things that on social media is the quickest thing they can point out, but not the whole picture.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that there aren't some examples in history of polygamy
even
that
history.
work. Just don't be the nigga talking about, oh, polygamy is great. What happened to the woman you had? Oh yeah, she left me.
Well,
really?
So
okay.
I mean, this is how I look at polygamy. Like, to me, if your polygamy takes the honest conversation from the beginning, not no 2 weeks later in they find out you got another girl, be like, oh yeah, I'm a polygamist. No,
Right.
I'm talking about like y'all just met, y'all don't know anything about each other, you don't even know if you want to fuck, and you go, I'm a polygamist, meaning that, you know, I have most relationships.
I'm gonna tell you something about polygamy.
And a polygamist can handle the fact that you don't want to fuck with them.
Exactly.
A real polygamist can handle that. They
can
don't.
get past
They don't go. You should want to do it.
I'm gonna talk about it. Polygamy is inevitable. As long as we move forward with AC and fucking internet and shit, it's inevitable. Men are gonna revert back because polygamy is more natural than monogamy, in my opinion.
For men, yes. For men, yes.
Honestly, I would say for women, arguably for women as well.
I mean, here's the thing.
Because women look for the best candidate to provide protection for the seed,
resources and whatnot,
resources for the seed.
So
sometimes that come from an outside nigga.
I'm gonna just say this. As a married man, love being a married man too. I don't want nobody hearing this and getting that shit fucking twisted. If you can keep up with two women and the emotions and the needs of two women,
exactly.
God fucking bless you.
No
because
way.
that ain't me. That's not me.
Like they gotta be each other's wives as much as I'm there.
Yeah, no, like for real. Yeah,
like dead ass. For
real.
I can't be the only one loving her.
Because
Lord Jesus Lord.
If this is sexist, I apologize. But the sometimes hot and coldness of women's emotions and their needs is sometimes enough. Like that's why men die first in marriages. They going home to glory so they can get a rest on the lazy boy. That's
not always. That's fucked up.
I'm just kidding.
No,
But
I'm just saying. Historically,
men do die first. We do die first.
We die
I feel you
first.
that.
I know a guy. I'm not gonna name him. Obviously, I know a guy,
and that's because we care too much.
I know a guy personally. I mean, like I have talked to him on the phone a few times.
I hope so.
Who is dealing with a medical condition from stress? And I asked him, where does you feel like your stress is sourced? His reply was, my wife.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, you know what?
Damn.
And
that shit sat with me.
That's why I say to anyone, you get what you asked for. You probably prayed for that woman.
Ooh.
You probably begged for that pussy. You asked God and said, please throw that pussy my way. And God like, all right.
I don't want it to seem as if I'm just saying that there's a lot of great things that come from marriage as well. Like, like the things is that it's not cool to say from the men's perspective. You know what I mean? Like it does kind of train you, especially once you have kids, to kind of anticipate someone's needs. But when you first starting out, that's the most annoying shit a woman can say. You need to anticipate my needs. You knew you was hungry. There's a Burger King on the way home.
Anticipate your needs.
What
I read minds?
Then that's my point.
No,
that's my point. You just did it.
Yeah,
you just did it. You knew you wanted a chicken nugget with fry. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
I tell you like that, bro.
I've been working all day just like you.
Like I think a woman will tell you that shit, but it's up on us to pick up on the community.
Well, my thing is to tell me or to say it out loud and then not direct it at me. It's like a woman said, why can't a man just do this for me? And I'm standing next to them after I just took him out. I'm like, are you talking to me? She's like, I'm just saying in general. And I'm like, so you're not talking to me. Because if you are talking to me, you should say you're talking to me and not just throw out your little tweet in real life.
But see,
that's
certain shit.
That's a tweet in real life.
But that's the marker of a child. Because if an adult has a problem with you, regardless if they're in
real tweets are directed.
No, if an adult has a problem with you, regardless of your romantic Jada Pinkett shit entanglement with them, they should be able to tell you.
That word was not used for this.
Nah, but let's change entanglement to entitlement or accountability. Like
Fine.
just being accountable. Just being accountable for what you do.
Don't listen. Don't act like you want this long term thing, but you don't have the ovaries to tell me. Fine, the titties, the nipples, whatever. You don't act like you have it in. Don't sit here to act like you want this thing from me, but you don't have the bravery in you to tell me in person what you want. You go out and ambiguously talk about me. This person is a third. Like
on a Reddit.
It's more
that
like
shit used to annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah, but
like,
let me say this.
That speak more to the character of the individual.
But no, it's trust and respect. It's trust and respect of the person you're dealing with.
Yeah, like
if you respect and trust the person you're dealing with, then you're gonna say this person know where I'm coming from. I can say something and I may not articulate it perfectly or I may not use the right wording or whatever, but they're gonna know like, yo, I know where this person is coming from. This person is hurt. This person is feeling unheard or whatever the fuck it may be. And that's where I mean it by don't expect a certain outcome if you didn't take the care in delivering the message. You know, like if something happened, right, and a certain outcome to come out of it, don't take it personal. Understand?
Are you saying if you hand out asshole energy, don't be mad when you get it back?
When you get it back,
no question.
Okay,
Exactly.
that's what I mean. I'm just trying to
Thank you.
understand.
No, that's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
So I got another question to pose. So,
Okay.
say as a man, do you realize that you're a lovable person? Like, would you guys agree that to an extent you guys are lovable people?
I
Right.
am.
I mean, yeah.
I think
All
I
right.
am. but-
I lean more on that
So,
side, yeah.
how often do you see yourself being pursued by unlovable people?
Well, me, not at all.
Well, not you no more because you're.
But when you were dating,
But when you were dating,
yeah, when you were
like
dating.
the people that were pursuing you, how often did you deal with an unlovable?
Still the wrong person to ask. Because I wouldn't. Because he will
yeah,
tell you.
you ain't put over.
He would. No, it's not even that.
No, it's not even put up. I'm talking about like the fact that that's what you're dealing with.
Oh,
It's
When I
like-
tell you, I didn't know a woman was trying to pursue me until after she had lost interest because I didn't see the so-called flags. That was my life, literally every time. So I'm the wrong person to ask one of these two gentlemen.
Okay, I'm sorry I looked at you. All right, niggas.
ask Justin first.
I mean,
No, I real talk. I want to know your perspective because I know me. I'm a Pisces, so anecdotally,
Like
His gas tank is
you know you're lovable, meaning that people want to be around you. They love your energy, but the people that want your energy and want to be around you, how often you going like, yeah, I don't, no, you don't. It's not even trade here. Like you're definitely not the person that I want to kick it with. I know why you want to kick it with me, but I don't want to kick it with you. And I'm not even talking about on some she fine or she ugly. I'm just talking about
energetic.
I'm just talking about you see them and then you just like, yeah, I'd rather go home. No, I'm going home by myself. you like no, you're not invited to my house. No. Yeah, you got some titties on you, but no.
Oh, I misunderstood the question.
Yeah, I'm talking about the fact that you as a person, you're out in this world, you dating.
man, this did come with some benefits.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I always attract the
Comes
woman.
with some solitude.
I feel like I was always the one.
Maybe
like,
not always solitude, but yeah.
what I wanted, I never until I met my wife. Is like the woman that I wanted. Yeah, and the woman I didn't wanted the hell out of me. So like,
I just always, it's funny. I feel like at my smallest weight is where all the big girls are coming after me.
I told you that. I told you that 20 minutes
Like
ago.
when I was like 205 pound, big girls was just like, I'm 205 pounds too.
We can balance out.
We'll be 416 pounds if we come together.
We can balance out the shocks to the car.
I want to test out my IKEA bed.
We can go and get past some weight stations.
I'm mad at that. Look, that's not to say that big girls ain't no good. Because you know what? I done had some big girl pussy. And,
It's pretty good.
I clap. I still clap for that.
I'm open to it. I
love it.
I mean,
It was good. It treated me right. It treated me right.
Did she cook?
And the food,
I still clap.
and the food, excellent,
Yeah, cook for your boy too.
excellent.
Cook for your boy. But I'm saying more so in the sense that you just like, I can't look at you.
When y'all were coming up,
tolerate you.
was a woman who couldn't cook a turn off for you? It didn't bother me, but it bothered a lot of dudes.
It didn't bother me until like maybe about 27.
I'm be honest. Like
No,
it didn't-
26.
No, it bothered me.
I'm not gonna lie. It didn't bother me until I met a woman
Well,
that
my
could not
dad
cook.
cooked more than my mom.
My
so.
dad cooked more than my mom too.
But you come from a cooking ass
Exactly.
family.
Yeah, you come from
both
niggas
of
with
y'all,
porches.
like y'all come from country.
All three
everybody
of us,
got porches.
but him specifically,
Yeah, he
they come from a
yeah.
cooking ass family.
Yeah,
So-
everybody in your family got porches.
Like your brother can cook, can't he?
right.
Kevin.
Yeah. Kelvin.
really?
Yeah, nah.
Kelvin look like he can cook.
He can cook.
He's supposed to know
That's
how to
what I'm saying.
grill. Kevin know how to grill.
I bet Rose can cook.
He can cook.
I bet Rose know how to grill.
Nah, Rose
I'm
gonna
the
look at
cooking
me.
nigga.
I know Bullet. The way he was farting, he was eating meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was eating.
He was
eating some of them hot dogs. Whatever you was giving him, he was.
Man, I would sneak Bullet food every time we went over there. Just
I,
let's not give him the
look,
goddamn
I do
food.
not feed.
No, but-
I never. Anyway, go ahead.
You a lie.
What
I
we
would
talking
see you feed Bullet, nigga.
No.
Now you would get mad because you would give Bullet something and he would still sit there and stare at you. You would Ant would get so upset.
Yeah, I don't like dogs watching me.
That's a weird thing, dude.
What you staring at me for?
My dog watched me fuck one time. I was like, bitch, you in this too. Come on.
Wait, what? Whoa, wait.
it's-
You was holding the dog while you was fucking her.
That was a weird.
It came out weird. Ad lib commercial. Commercial break.
Somebody's been watching the Kanye West documentary.
You snuck into bestiality and then tried to back out to an ad break.
Yo, anyway, I don't want to.
Blue.
Hey yo,
Because
bing bong.
Because yeah,
When you see me upstairs,
because
bing bong.
I was writing something about that, like white people love for dogs is so high that bestiality is gonna make a comeback in mainstream one day.
It is. It
Like
honestly is.
it's gonna be like, I love fluffers. I'm gonna marry it. Fluffer brings me the paper. Fluffer brings me a bowl of soup.
You ever?
Fluffer goes shopping. There's Chinese dogs that go shopping for their owners. Like they literally got coins in a basket and they be like, yo, I want this, I want that. And they be giving it to him. And one time the lady didn't give him change and the nigga barked at the bitch.
You ever see two white dog people cohabitate and talk to each other?
Yeah.
Sensational.
Cause they both got like giant schnauzers or something.
No, they just talk about
a great Dane.
Like you could tell they love dogs way more than they love humans, which is like you do realize that's a problem, right? Like that you put the life of a dog.
Because the dog ain't gonna fight in no war.
It will before most niggas, honestly.
No, it will sniff out a bomb,
Depending
but
on
it
the
ain't fighting
breed.
in no war.
Depending on the breed.
Those bullets, they're like, no, I'm
A
good.
dog will bite
I
a
only
bullet
talk about
before
dogs
No, we
most
won't. It'll die for a bullet.
Say what now?
Listen, a dog would die in front of a bullet before.
Why should you
That's
be proud
not
of
all
that?
dogs.
Why
That
should-
is not all dogs.
Why
you
should
ain't got the
That
right
depends
dog.
on the breed. I
Why-
saw a lab. Did
why-
you see the video on YouTube where the nigga did this? He staged a break in. He broke into the house with a ski mask and attacked the lady, and the lab stood up and ran out the front door. I was just like, nigga, like, come on, bro.
So, question: why, as human beings, do y'all look at the sacrifice of a dog to determine whether it's a good dog?
Okay.
Wait, what?
You was like, that's, a
He got
dog
me
will
by
take,
the
a dog will
balls.
take
What?
a bullet for you. It'll fight for
What?
you. This and that. But you.
Let's talk about no. All I done did for this damn dog, this nigga ain't got a hunt.
I done took you off the street.
He
That
ain't
bitch didn't
got
want
a
you.
hunt.
That bitch didn't want you. I brought you into my house.
He don't
I put you in
gotta
my
worry
bed.
about where the water coming from. I get the nigga some pussy if he wanted it.
All that.
And you can't.
Brand new puppy.
And you can't goddamn die for me. All I done did for you, bitch. You could have stayed out there and died.
So you saying that you did all that was like, all right, you know what time it is?
I mean,
You know what time it is.
You know what time
You know
it
what
is?
time it is. Come on now, nigga. Come on.
but earn your keep. Earn your keep.
Remember them schnauzers with the gravy? That came with that. This would come with it, nigga. I told you I was gonna treat you right to the time, but the time.
You AC having ass nigga.
It's
Pull
game
up.
time, player. Go ahead and jump in front of this bullet. It's
Oh
gonna be
my
two.
God.
That shit is
Hopefully
so
hit you
funny.
in the paw. You probably be three-legged.
Oh,
But
that's
now, real
funny.
talk, I fuck with dogs, man. I fuck with dogs
fuck with
way
dogs.
longer than I fuck with humans.
I fuck with dogs.
Respectfully,
Yeah, bestiality.
hey, okay. You call it whatever you want, man.
Mike is
Dogs
a
gonna have
home
me.
on the range.
And you know it. Justin, J5 know it. Dogs will fuck with you long past.
That's right. You
humans.
can put peanut butter on your dick.
You can do all that.
Who does that? I've never seen somebody. No, nobody does that.
It's gonna be creamy.
Dogs be like, what allergy? I don't have a nut allergy.
Like that nigga just go like,
What?
that nigga gonna take one of them cake
Spreader.
cake spreader spoons.
Sorry,
He
get
like,
on.
Oh
he
my
like-
God.
I like watch how fast you do it.
Oh yes, it's honey roasted. See it now.
It's gonna be X videos.
The fact that,
Yo, she's so.
the fact that you would put peanut butter on your dick and then have the audacity to call your fucking dog and be like,
And then you know what I'm saying?
come here. What the fuck?
Dogs be like,
Why?
No.
You remember?
You know it's
You
not
remember
happening.
Tila Tequila?
No,
Yeah,
I don't know why.
She fucked with Sean Merriman.
Wasn't that was she Asian?
Yeah, she's Asian with the titties, and then she ended up doing a porn.
Apparently, she's extremely
Yeah.
racist. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
she don't like black people, does she?
I mean, most Asians don't. We don't talk about that.
Who?
We don't talk
Man,
about that.
You want to have
Most Asians don't, and I don't know why.
It's
You
true.
want to have that
You
conversation?
know, because Asians.
Let's have that conversation.
Honestly, let's have that conversation.
Let's have that tangent.
Yeah.
Why
wanna do
do
that?
Asians hate black people?
No,
Let's talk
why do
about it.
specifically? Why do listen? I have no dog in the hunt. Pun intended. Pun intended. But
Yeah.
but why specifically? Why does it seem like Asian women don't fuck with black dudes? Because I've seen Asian dudes fuck with black women quite a bit. Talk about it.
I feel like black
Money.
women. I feel like black women are the mountaintop. They're the
Look at King. Look at King over here.
No,
Go ahead, put that peppermint oil in your beard, nigga. Come on, let's go.
That's lavender.
The lavender.
That's a lavender.
Argan oil.
It's coconut oil. Stop hating. Listen, I do think black women are like the precipice
Eucalyptus.
for. I think black women are the precipice for a lot of men. Like
yeah.
they think if I can get this, then I can get anything. I mean, they're most curvaceous. They age the best and the most supple.
Stop! You're making me hungry.
You know, shit.
I do want fried chicken.
I mean,
They season themselves every day with coconut oil. But
shea butter too.
Can y'all niggas stop acting like y'all getting aroused on the pod? It's only the four of us.
you know what I'm saying?
I know what I'm doing
distracted.
after this,
What were we
so-
talking about? We're
Your
talking about
girl was
tequila.
over there.
Tequila. We're talking about. What
Upstairs.
were we talking about?
Well, the question is, why does it seem? Because we can't speak from a point
I
of
done got
authority.
wrapped
None
up
of us.
in the blackness.
None of us.
You know what I'm saying?
None of us. Actually, I did talk to an Asian woman named Sylvia for a while, but it didn't materialize into nothing.
Well-
but the question is like, overall, why does it seem like Asian women don't
Well,
get down with
I
black
remember.
dudes too much?
I remember when I had to take this. They caught me driving in the HOV lane with just me in the car, and to get out the ticket, they just like take this class, and it's like $10 less than paying the ticket. So I'm gonna save my $10. So I go take the class, and I remember going to the Waffle House, and it was one of the girls in my class. She was Taiwanese, like she was really like solid, just like nice, just had a nice body.
Okay.
She was like, you can have lunch over here with me if you want. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll come over there. So me and her end up talking. I'm like, yo, you kind of sexy. You kind of sexy as hell. So I was like, literally like shot my shot. And she literally said, like, I don't think my dad wants me to date a black guy.
Damn. Straight out the gate with it?
Straight out the gate.
Wow.
And I was like, why? She's like, I'm pretty sure he's really set on me dating
a white guy.
another Asian boy, Asian man.
Or a white guy.
Or
just
she don't say that, but let's be real.
Yeah, we already know.
he-
I see most Asian women in America.
A dude
with white
named
guys.
Chaddington is okay. He's safe in that house.
Connor.
He like so because I look at it like this. It's
I think they see them as pillars of success.
So Asian parents are still very much the I marry you off, or I'm joining our families to build our name, our rep, our fortune. Like money comes from here. So it's like we should never be broke as long as we're dating up. And I feel like with Asian people is no different than Nigerian women in Nigeria. They're not dating to be poor. They're definitely not gonna fuck up with no poor. They're not gonna fuck with no poor dude. Hell no. They're gonna date the fuck up.
Okay.
So they're gonna fucking and historically, I guess
hypergamy is fully accepted in the
Yeah.
Asian community. They're like, why not? Or why?
so
else
unless
are
you
fucking-
Jeezy who got a fucking business.
No, that's hypergamy at its finest. They don't give a fuck what complexion it is. You
No,
got money. You
well, I'm saying so now let's look at
Talking about who
Jeezy.
he's married to.
Yeah, so now let's look at Jeezy, who's married. He married an Asian woman and had a baby by them, and nobody was fucking batting an eye at Jeezy because Jeezy's an established person. He got money. He's not broke. He don't
Right,
owe no tax liens. But
Think about where he came from.
yeah, he can't. He's a black dude that quote unquote said I sold dope.
Yeah,
He was a dope-
literally,
like a
I
lot
broke
of
the
it.
law.
Like
a lot of it.
At some point, he was a dope dealer or associated with dope dealers. I don't know if he actually sold dope himself, but he's at least associated with quote unquote dope dealers. And now he's marrying this fine ass Asian chick, and they're like, oh, we love him. We love. Man, it was 15 years ago. They were like, man, you don't get that nigga out of here. you crazy bitch. He's like, I love him. He's like, nah, this ain't happening.
Yep.
So I feel like it's more so on the sense of who can make our family better, and you look at back in especially in Japanese society, marriages weren't about love. Like very few people married the people they love, in say in ancient Japan. So much where they had a genre of plays that ended up being true about lovers killing themselves because they couldn't marry the people they love. Well, I'm just saying, I'm just using just a historical aspect from Japan. And that's they didn't care about no love. They cared about, okay, what do you do for our family? What do you it's almost like a duty.
And I get that to
a duty to the family.
I get that to an extent. But it's it's hard to imagine that you think that that's going to work out for 30 to 40. Well, I guess life expectancy was different in those
That's
times.
why they okay with them getting whores and massages. That nigga's stupid. That nigga's stupid.
I mean, can you just imagine waking up? I mean, that's scary. You talk about some scary shit. One of the most scariest things to me in the world is A, being homeless, and B, rolling over, looking at somebody in the face every day for the rest of life and thinking, I can't stand your motherfucking ass. I hope you get hit by a train. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some scary shit. So I wake up every morning, I'm happily married and whatnot, and I be like, whoo, because you see certain people out in the world, and you be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm terribly sorry for that. And then thinking about arranged marriages, how did the suicide rate not be at an all-time high during that point?
Well, dude, they had kabuki plays about that so much that the shogunate fucking made it illegal because it was like a legit thing. Nobody wanted to marry somebody that they didn't want to fuck, especially or
at least have a conversation with.
Very few of them actually got with somebody. They're like, oh, I actually fuck with what you do.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, you stink. You look like tree bark with
tree bark.
You're not attracted to that.
Some will say arranged marriages saved civilizations.
Yeah, but guess what? He still had to have concubines on people that he actually mentally and physically cared about.
And think about how that affected the wife. He could do that shit,
but
she got caught. She got caught doing that shit. Yeah, no.
Well, okay.
Can't be like Beyonce and fuck a bodyguard.
I say J5 left.
Is that a thing?
At the J5 famously said, "Yo, the apocalypse happened. You need to learn how to cook." You know what I'm saying?
No, he right.
And so
he's right.
And so the man can go out there and forge wealth. Sometimes in the physical world, a woman cannot.
Not in this day and age.
No. You're missing what he's saying.
Key word, I said physical world.
What he's saying, if shit was to fall,
You mean,
what are you? You 6 foot? You 6 foot? How heavy?
6'1".
6'1". How tall? I mean, what's your weight?
I don't know. I'm probably 250, 60.
Okay, so you walk into a specific area where a bunch of motherfuckers are about my height and weight.
Yeah, I'm robbing them.
That's what, see what I'm saying?
Hey yo,
you say
bing bong.
Now they gonna have to
these two dogs sitting outside.
Now if they mob on you, you lunch me.
It better be at least
by yourself.
It better be at least 5 because 4 I'm gonna knock the fuck out.
But what I'm saying is unless you have one, now you got those outliers. You got them niggas in history that was who was about my height or whatever, who was just the shit. But most
thank
people,
God they dead.
But I'm just saying,
Malnutrition.
if things go down to the bare necessities or to the bare form of barbarism, shit is different. Niggas who walk around, they make I make $500,000 a year, but they don't. They
but
don't
you
know
know how
to
to farm.
The only thing they know how to do is code. You come up against a nigga who's an MMA fighter for a living, you in trouble, bro. Yeah. Guess what? Y'all have switched positions.
Because if you ain't got a gun, he gonna take your shit when he get inside your apartment.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna snap your neck now.
Exactly.
So it's just yeah. I mean, so she said to you, "I don't think my dad would appreciate me dating," and that was it. That's the last conversation you had with her.
Yeah, I only met her one day. She was a cute dude. I wanted to ask for her number so bad.
On some I like you shit. I like you as a person.
It was just I just met her, but it was like we had like a very like one of those like nice conversations, and it's like one of those, hey, maybe I can meet you again, and get
just
to
talk,
know, just get to know you more, really.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't think my father be okay with me dating a non-Asian boy.
Do you think she was attracted to you outside of whatever her father thought?
To me, I don't know.
Like if you could take your bias out of it.
Well, she said I had a nice body.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So that's probably, yeah. I mean,
but
and the conversation was nice and fun. Or
but
whatever.
I'm also taking it like this. I feel like she didn't have to use her dad to say, "Hey, I don't fuck with niggas," or I'm good. Like to me, you didn't have to. Like you don't. There's no. You don't. She had such a position of power in the sense that she could have been like, "I just want to eat alone."
Yeah. And
she,
for you not to respect it, no matter what, would have made you the creep.
Yeah, it would have made me the creep. We're a Waffle House. I had my own table already.
Yeah,
it was literally one of those because I like I'm sorry. I now remember we were talking and I was like, "Hey, you want to have?" I'm like, "Would you like to join me for lunch?" So you had to sit by yourself. She said, "Oh, you can come over here," and I was like, coming up and right over.
Hey yo, bing bong.
And I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, and she said whatever her name was in her original language, and we talked and it was cool, and I just like, damn, you got some nice legs, you got a nice body, like, wow, you're awesome, I like that.
I'm so
and I grew up with a little, and and I hate to sound like this, but I had a thing for Asian women. I had a crush on this one Asian chick I went to school with when I was a kid.
I did too for a long time, and Asian and Latina women for a long time. I did.
Yeah, but really for the Asian chicks, and she kind of reminded me of that, and I was like, wow. So I'm like, let me try myself.
Well, the thing is, as a black man, you're told that let's be real, you're told that how dare you look at anything other than a black woman. And don't get me wrong, I'm married to a black. I love my wife.
You better say
I
that.
think no real shit. Not even saying like my wife was really like somebody who, when we were in high school, even though we didn't date and we barely kind of knew each other, I always upheld her as a standard of beauty and attraction that which led to me when I did really get to know her later on in life. I felt fortunate to be, standing next to her with her. But there is this thing in our community that seems like, and maybe it's not just in our community, but kind of living in that vacuum, it does feel like you're not even allowed to express attraction for another race as a black male. Like black women, it feels like they can do that with impunity. But the moment that we express that, it's as if somehow you're saying you're not attracted to black women anymore when that's not necessarily the case.
I got a twofold argument for that.
Go ahead, man.
Twofold. So one part is for the white male to black male, black female counterpart is like it's the as black male seeming dominant. They don't want to see that. To whereas,
who doesn't want to see that?
White males. White males.
Okay.
White males don't want to see black males conquering white females, but it's reversed on the other end. So, what's y'all 2 cents on that?
Well, I take it like this. Just in society as a whole, a lot of these societies, like say China, like Dave Chappelle said it best, like the reason why we can never beat China is that everybody in China is Chinese and everybody in America hates each other.
Oh, that's a good point.
So it's like you have a more homogeneous society in which it is easier to look. It is easier to look out for the person next to you because you've always had to have this person back. Whereas in say black society, at least as a black American, we've always been a part of the of a quote unquote lower class, and therefore white women or white men for black women have looked at as a class of acclaim or success. So the moment they date this person, it's almost like that person somewhat changes, or they have to adapt to now their new world. Which if you're all honest, you're not adapting to nothing. If anything, it's like a gay person realizing they're gay, and they're like, all right, well, I'm about to deal with this being gay shit.
Right. They know that there's a challenge.
Like you got some bumps and bruises ahead of you right now. So more so society, that's just remnants from the days of Malcolm X, where they would go on the hill on Friday and the white women would pick up black dudes to sleep with them, and then they'll go back to their husbands because society didn't make white men fun. But black guys, we smoke weed, we played the trumpet,
Knew how to dance.
we knew how to throw bitches in the air, and we knew how to slow grind.
The trumpet.
I'm just saying they
Trumpet
they hung out with musicians, jazz musicians, smoked the weed,
I'm joking.
and they stripped naked for artists and whatnot. So it's more so to say that like abortion to me is more so they're trying to make that illegal, but that's more so to raise the population for white folks. Because
that's a good point.
Because
I don't know about it.
I mean, statistically, there's more white women getting abortions than black women.
What they talk?
Yes,
what
there's a lot of motherfucking white women.
Yeah, but the thing is, who are the people fighting to save babies? White women, white folks. True. And it's not a whole bunch of
conservatives.
It's not a whole bunch of pro-life black women on the front lines going, we need to save the chocolate children. There's none of that.
I wouldn't say I'm pro-life.
There are a few, but
I wouldn't say
not white women. Not like them.
I will say this.
A lot of Susans.
I wouldn't go so far to say I'm pro-life. I'm not saying that. I will say after having a child of my own, it does look and feel different to me. But I also identify that, not my relationship, not my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, I think people have a hard time being nuanced with that conversation. Like, and sometimes it's okay just not to have opinion.
Yeah.
Like, for the longest time, people are like, how do you feel about that? I don't have an opinion. It don't come out of me. Now, I probably feel different if I had got a woman pregnant and she was trying to get an abortion and I wanted to keep the child. That's still half my child. But overall, it's like,
what you want me to do?
Historically, it's like, I didn't have an opinion. It's like, you have to have an opinion. Why?
No, I don't.
Why? Why do I? For what?
As long as I want that person to live prosperously with prosperity.
I want that nigga to win.
Drinking.
I want that nigga to win.
Yeah,
I want
anybody who come from me, who fuck with me, I want them to win.
And I feel you on that, but at the same time, I look at it like this. I know a woman that I know recently. She had an abortion. Now, granted, how she got to that point to have to abortion was pretty stupid because, bitch, you know better.
What do you mean?
It was
throwaway conversation.
It was more so in the sense of like a dude she was fucking with, and like it wasn't no relationship with the dude she was fucking with, and one thing led to another. Condoms weren't used, and he came in her, and then she got pregnant. Then she realized dealing with the dude is a little bit off hinge, and he's like trying to be more controlling of her now that she's carrying his child, almost like that he doesn't care about her, but more so about the child. And it's just like, wow, I got to deal with this dude as a parent.
But a lot of times that's the case.
You see that conversation.
Go ahead.
We none of us have had a pregnancy scare.
No, that's not true. I have.
I've had a pregnancy scare.
Oh,
I have. I just didn't share. I never shared
it. I've never.
I've had a woman pretend that she was pregnant.
I've had that, but I've never had a real pregnancy scare.
No, but the thing is, to me, that's a pregnancy scare. To think that you're about to have a child, that's a scare.
I'm talking about a real
It's a scare, especially when you don't have resources. Like,
no, I'm talking about a real scare.
I'm talking about somebody who basically was saying, yo, you about to have my child, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And you're going, fuck, you're like, please, God, don't let me. Like, I'm more so praying, like, please, God, I do not want to be the father of this woman's child. That's a scare because it made me think about my life. It made me think about everything I had. And I'm like, all right, if this is my kid,
gonna be on the back burner.
I gotta fucking get it. I gotta get a better job now.
Yeah,
like I gotta do a lot of things different. Like, dude, anything that makes you think about having to change your life is a scare.
I was never as far as quite you were, where somebody picked up the phone and said with definity that this was happening.
I'm talking about your actions led up to that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
I got a call. I'm saying it's one of those. It's possible, but even though to say like, oh man, it's probably not me, but you're more so saying. I'm thinking at this time like you don't joke about that.
No,
right.
You don't joke about something like that. So if you coming at me like that, I'm taking this shit serious. Absolutely. Because why would you say this to me? But then come to find out, of course, this is a stupid age of Facebook. This as she's saying this shit to me, texting me and talking to me, she's on Facebook fucking laughing it off.
Right.
So that's how I find out.
But that has nothing to do with Facebook. That has something to do with you not being aware of how fucked up of a joke that is.
Yeah.
You don't have to have social media. even before social media, that would have been a shitty joke, and people with common sense or close to her would have told her that's a shitty joke. You don't play that joke on people.
Yeah.
Especially when y'all not together. It was just a one night stand thing, and now all of a sudden you talking about some, oh yeah, I'm pregnant. That's just not cool.
Yeah.
That's just not cool.
And I was like,
that's like calling a girl and saying, hey yo, I got herpes. That's not funny. Nothing about that shit is funny. Like,
there's a punchline.
There's a punchline. You know what I'm saying? Like the closest I got to what you was talking about is 2 different occasions with the same woman that I knew from childhood, and I'll leave it at that. Called me and said they missed their period. And I will say I was worried about, when I would say I was blessed because I was worried about how I was going to provide for the child. But unlike a lot of men, I had so much faith in her character. I was like, I don't have to worry about this person trying to railroad me. They just want to make sure that I'm aware so I can get myself prepped to take care of a child. Because a lot of men get railroaded in that situation.
Yeah, and honestly, for me, just watching parents or people who have kids with women they're not married to, it's frightening.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. Like, I watched a dude who went from being divorced from his wife, and his wife's like, I'm going to take these kids to Boston. And he was like, no, you're not. And the judge was like, yeah, she is. He's like, you can't deny the mother. They're like, but you can deny me? He's like, of course I can.
And the truth is she can, even in the legal system.
Yeah, even in the legal system. So you go from watching someone literally is like, I want to be, like, I want my kids here so I can pick my kids up from school, so I can be the person. Yeah, so I can go to their PTA meetings, so I can meet their teachers, so I can see if they need any help. I can come in. Like one of his sons wants to be an artist, and he's an artist. So like now I can nurture my son in public, but now he can't do that unless he flies up to Boston. So, but and they've been going for like 4 or 5 years now.
Right.
So he's getting happy because one of them's about to get in college age, so now he gets a chance to break out. So now he's getting a chance to mentor the kid and to move it on. But that feels good, guys.
Well, can I say one thing? Just to the listeners. Just to the listeners.
Go ahead, Ho.
If you hear anything in this that maybe you want to educate us on more, if you want us to touch base on, maybe we have the perspective on the interracial dating thing that we touched on all wrong, or maybe there's additional shit you want us to touch on, put some shit in the comments. Let us know. You know what I mean? We don't get better until we get some feedback and we care legitimately, because we don't want to be putting false pretenses out there just all willy-nilly and shit. So if you see it, we're not asking you to like, we're not asking you to subscribe. That's the shit that lame people do. If you like it, do it. If you don't, we get it. But educate us as we go on. We 3 homeboys that's known each other for damn near forever. We love each other, you know what I'm saying? And we see the world from how we see it.
Trying to figure this shit out just like you.
Trying to figure it out just like you. So if you see the shit,
I mean, they kind of speak for me. But I appreciate it if you.
I shouldn't speak for you ever. You have a very different way of thinking than I do.
Yeah, no question.
And that's the magic sauce of us. Like we're trying to bring differences. We're trying to bring a unique perspective.
Yeah, I don't spare feelings, to let you know.
You don't spare feelings.
We're trying to figure this shit out.
I'm lovingly racist, a little bit, but I love people. Well, I love.
Well, you're more of a bigot. Bigots can bigots be having interracial kids.
It's from a comedic sense. I don't really be meaning none of that shit.
I mean, the thing is comedic. I think everybody's a little racist, comedic wise.
Yeah, if you tell me, I'll tell you this,
I make a joke that if you have more than 2 jobs, you're Jamaican.
If you ever find out what we look like, and you ever walk up on me specifically and say I don't have a racist bone in my body, I'm gonna naturally assume you're the most racist motherfucker I've ever met.
And you know who loves saying it? My wife.
I don't see color. You see all the color.
I'm like, how you don't see me? Oh, so you muted, motherfucker. Anyway, but that's talking in tangents. I enjoyed jumping around with you guys today.
Is this episode 1 officially?
I don't know. Tell me. It's an episode.
We'll say episode 1 because I'm gonna chop and screw the other one.
Well, screw it.
Okay.
Peace and hair grease. Love and soul. Watch your life unfold and hopefully your money too.
I would say we love y'all, but we don't know you.
I don't love y'all. I appreciate you, but I don't love you.
I love.